Hello everybody, my name is Travis, and today we're going to be answering a very simple question. Okay, so here's a really good question. Why are some things in certain cultures never localized or go internationally? Meaning, like, why is it, like, take something out of Asia. Why is it that it stays in Asia and it never leaves Asia? Well, the reasons are very simple. One, certain games are never localized, for example, because maybe the creators didn't feel like going internationally. For the same reason that, maybe over here in America, where, like, maybe there's people that, it's like the old saying goes in, like, Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, for example. So, like, certain thing, even though that's not always 100% true, but at the same time it kind of is, certain things that, so for example, you could have, like, and it doesn't even have to be video games, it can just be anything. There's certain things that are happening in other cultures that just they don't localize them. Maybe they couldn't afford it, maybe they didn't want to, maybe they couldn't find someone to translate it, you know what I mean? Maybe, you can understand it from their perspective. Because again, when was the last time you found a game that was released purely in Japanese and they were selling it at US stores, for example? Now that's something I have yet to see one time, actually. And, that's another thing, aside from importing, of course, but, But my point is, though, you could also find certain games, like, here's another good one, Tales of Rebirth for the PS2/PSP. Probably one of the greatest games I've ever played. Problem, why was it never localized? Because Namco, the company that makes it, Namco Bandai, or Bandai Namco in the United States, apparently translates too many games that they can't translate so many of them. So they figure, they look at the games that they made in the past, and sure, they could always remake it later on, but what they probably, even though they've already re-released it in Japan for the PlayStation Portable, but, they decided, well, we're not going to re-release it because they have too many other games that they're working on. Contracts. So, pretty much the only way to get a game to be localized is to translate it yourself, or essentially to really inspire the people that made the game to actually do it. Maybe there's no motivation, you know what I mean? Maybe they got other things they're really more concerned about. And one of the last reasons that I've seen why some people probably don't release some games is because they feel, even though this isn't always the case, maybe they feel like, it's not as popular over here because the people that, every culture's into different things, and certain cultures don't really appreciate some things like other cultures do. Now, that's not to say that, certain cultures are weird and they're like an idea is bad, but at the same time, though, it's like everybody's just different, and maybe some people, maybe it's just not a selling point, is what it is.